Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
I am that dude, Bodkins. Patty to patty. That's ridiculous. No way. There's nobody else out there. He's your guy. Give a big round of applause for the one and only BodkinShow. I'm going to repeat that again, folks. I didn't stutter. Welcome to the Bodkins Show. Hey, everybody. I am that dude, Bodkins. How is everybody doing this evening? This is what we need right here. Sorry about that, everybody. We're working out some stuff here. Oh, we'll get it eventually. It'll be all right. What is going on with my... Anyway, welcome, folks. It is that Bodkin Show. Good evening on this Sunday. To catch y'all up on what the happenings of around here. If you've missed anything this weekend, you can catch me on... We did head kicks and haymakers, our show, the UFC show this morning. Kenny and Craig joined me. We had a great show. Make sure you check that out. We did that this morning. That is now on Spotify, and it'll be on Apple Podcast tomorrow, but you can also check that out right here at the Bodkin Show Network, the Let's Talk Sports Network. It streams on both of those. You can just find Head Kicks and Haymakers episode 1. We talked a lot about the fights last night, did a little bit of matchmaking and everything else. But tonight, we're getting right down to it, folks. Speaking of fighting, a man who is undefeated, a man going to become 2-belt champ, 2 belts. That's right. He's already MMA Fight Hard lightweight champ. And this Saturday, that's right, 1 week from yesterday, and I'm going to go ahead and predict the future, folks. Standing tomorrow, by a week from today, he'll be a 2-time champ, as next Saturday, he's going to be fighting at Shamrock FC for the featherweight title. That's right. He's becoming 2 champ, not 2 chains, but 2 champ. Give it up for my guest tonight, Mr. Sweet Baby Ray Hayes. Hey, man, thanks for joining me.
Hey.
Appreciate it. There we go. We got the overlay ready and wrapped up. My man, Sweet Baby Ray Hayes, bro. How's it going?
Good. It's good.
So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and ask, I mean, already you're the lightweight champ. You're dropping down into the, featherweight. We're 1 week away, 6 days away from the fight. How's the weight cut? Are you ready? Are you gained? How are we feeling?
Yeah, man, the weight cut, it's going great. The whole time fighting at 55, I was walking good at 50 pounds over. And I cut the day before, 2 days out, and I was fine. That's why I was able to fight so much. But getting a hold of Buchanan, my last fight, he was real big and strong. A lot of the 55ers are.
Hey, you're cutting out, Ray. Just move a little bit closer to. There you go.
But
yeah,
there you go. A lot of the 55ers, they're real big. So, I mean, that was just coming to an end, getting up there and really fighting higher class guys and just the bigger guys cutting from higher weights. So the weight cut's going good, though. I'm about 15 pounds out right now, so it's pretty well done now.
All right, so let's get into it, man. I mean, let's back all the way up. We kind of talked about what's coming up, next week, but let's back all the way up. Like, what's made you want to get punched in the face for a living? And, that's something that not everybody's signing up to do. So what got you into the fight game here?
Oh, man. I'd say it'd have to be probably my dad and my brother, really.
You're cutting out again. I don't know if it's like can you pick up the phone, or if not, log in and log back out if we have to. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Now try. We lost him. Hey, Ray, come back out, log back out, and then come back and join us. Because I think you're frozen. Are you? Yeah. Oh, you good now?
I think so.
There you go. All right. Yeah, you're good. All right. Appreciate it. All right. Go ahead. You were saying your dad and your brother got you into this?
Yeah. So I'd say since 5, 6 years old, we were watching WWE, throwing each other around while I was a kid all the time, just constantly fighting and wrestling. And after I was able to kind of understand it, started watching Spike TV, the early UFC. Got into school, and I was getting fights in school. I'd fight my brother. We just grew up fighting, man, street fighting, all 9 yards. Getting kicked out of school, I could never do a school sport because of it. So, at high school, once I found the gym in Waynesville, I kind of just went in there, just being a mean street fighting kid, and Colton pretty well just molded me into a useful fighter, I guess I'd say.
Favorite fighter as a kid? I mean, favorite fighter? You grew up watching the sport, so I mean,
Uh, I'd say it used to be John Jones, just because the style of fighting, but I've always been a Diaz fan too. Guys are dogs.
okay, yeah, the Diaz Army, man, that zero Fs. We're gonna just stand here and brawl fight, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I mean, you kind of alluded to Colton kind of training you, and how did you get involved in with him and the Parabellum Gym?
Uh, so I walked in. I think I was 8. It was my year. I walked in and I started boxing. He was actually being coached by the boxing coach there. Ice introduced me to him, said he's one of the pro fighters, and we were going to give him a Shark Tank. And I watched Colton beat around 12 full-grown men, including me, for 12 to 20 rounds. After that, Ty kind of left and Colton took over, and I don't know. From then on, me and Colton just had a bond greater than most coaches and fighters, I'd say.
So did you say something about a Shark Tank?
Oh yeah.
Explain that to me. What's a Shark Tank? What's that got to go through?
So pretty well, we would box for like 3 minutes live, but Colton would stay in the middle, and he'd get a fresh guy on him every 3 minutes. He did that for anywhere from 15 to 20 rounds, knocking dudes down the whole time. So it was my first introduction into like actual, and in gym sparring and fighting. So it kind of blew my mind and built respect like immediately between me.
So I mean, right now you're 6-0. You're about to enter your sixth fight this year. So I mean, you've been active, man. What keeps you so active? And then, like, is that the plan? Continue to go forward?
Uh, yeah, I kind of got a. I felt like I got a late start in it. Really, I started last year in October, but up this year, my goal was to get 4. Like, I was like, I want to fight 4 times, but the cut to 55 was so easy, and I was walking into these fights, putting dudes away so quick without getting hurt. That every promotion did.
Hey, you're cutting out again. You're cutting out real bad, bro.
Hear me now?
Yeah. You're good now. Yeah. So sorry, you were saying about cutting down the weight to 155 was easy.
Yeah, cutting 55 was easy, so I was able to fight whenever I wanted. Really, I would go in there and I just put dudes away real quick without taking any injuries or anything. So every promotion like around was every time there was a show they contact Colton and want more guys on. I was the guy that said yes.
So I mean, the fact that you were putting guys out easy. I mean, are you waiting? I mean, at 6-0, you just like, hey man, this is like a fish in the water here. Or are you like, hey, it's gotta be got game? I mean, I've seen a couple of your fights. You like to stand and bang. Are you scared of getting your lights put out, or just like, hey, that's just part of it, getting that one, maybe catching that one loss? Or are you just like, hey, fish in the water, baby, this is my time. It's Ray, sweet baby Ray's Hayes time.
Hey man, me and Colton's been that's kind of been like an inside joke around the. We've been searching for the guy to do it. Buchanan was really the guy. He gave it to me, and that kind of opened my mind and made me want to go to 45. There's definitely dudes out there, and I'm definitely going to find it increasing in the competition round. But yeah, no, I'm game for whatever, man. I'm ready for that kind of stuff.
So I mean, what do you walk around? You're cutting down to 145 here, and you said you cut down to 155. What do you walk around? Not in fight camp.
Before before I started dieting, I was walking. I was 75 times 80 if I got too wild. But now I'm low 60 walking better.
Yeah, you mentioned the Buchanan fight. I watched that fight, man. How tired were you in that third round, bro? Because you guys looked like you guys were exhausted. How'd you learn from that fight? Because I mean, you both looked just like dead in that third round. I know that's the first time you had ventured into the third round, much less, how's the cardio and what'd you take from that fight?
Yeah. So my first fight was my first. It was the first time I've ever been to 3 rounds. My first fight went to decision, and I almost lost because I was dog tired, and I kind of like told myself, "Hey, I never want to do that again." Going out and starching 5 dudes in a row, I think I kind of forgot that drive a little bit. Buchanan definitely showed me that I need to train, run more, and so this I don't think I've let anything out, man. I think cardio wise, I could fight that dude for 5 minutes. I'm ready.
Y-
Yeah.
I know you guys be putting a lot of work in. What was your mind going into that third round? Because I had it probably 1-1 in the third going into the third. What's Colton in the corner telling you going into that third round? And what are you thinking? What are you thinking, going into that third round of Buchanan? Because you guys were both undefeated going into that fight. So it's like, I'd say most everybody had it 1-1 going into that third round. So somebody's taking their first L this last 3 minutes here. What's Colton telling you, and what are you how you feeling that third round with Buchanan?
Man, after the end of the second, I walked to the corner and I felt like I couldn't stand up. I felt like I couldn't get up. But every time I go into a fight, Colton and his dad they run me through before the fight exactly what's going to happen, kind of what the guy's going to do and how it's going to play out. And most of the time, that's exactly what happens. So everything Colton tells me on that stool, I take it straight to my head and I go do it. He pretty well just said keep a takedown defense in the back of your head and throw hands. That's basically what we did until the takedown, and then I heard sweep, and just listening to Colton really throughout these fights is pretty well what's got me my wins.
So fight ends. I guess he did he grab the cage and they point deducted him there.
Yeah, so he grabbed the cage in the second, and then in the third, whenever I swept him, he was rolling me. He rolled me back over, and I was going to roll over in the mount, and before I could get my weight all the way elevated, he grabbed the cage and pulled me back over.
Okay, yeah, you couldn't really on the video I saw, you couldn't really see that he caught the cage, and the announcers had said that he had grabbed the cage, and that was the point deduction. So, I mean, it goes to the judge's card, and obviously you like you just alluded to, man, the only time it's ever been to a judge's card was your first fight. So you scorched 4 or 5 guys before that. What are you thinking as fights over? I mean, that third round looked like you kind of had it, but it was close. He had a takedown in there. What's your thinking as the judges are getting ready to read off this scorecard?
Man, I honestly in my head I was just glad that thing was over, dude. I was glad to up and not being punched in the face anymore. If I lost, I was gonna take it, but I just knew I left everything out there. I was just glad to be not being punched. Really.
Yeah, both of you guys looked like I said, just like gave everything you had. So we mentioned the cardio. What are you doing this fight camp to change that up to be prepared and be ready? Like you said, you're ready for 5 rounds if you're ready to on this title fight on Saturday. So I mean, what cardio are you ramping up here?
There's been a lot of things, man. I mean, we got my brother on the fight card, so me and him running our off time, running partner. So normally a lot of self motivated. But now I got him pushing back at me, so we'll run farther and we'll just run a lot more. We go up to Springfield every Friday now. Train with those guys that do like 2 hours of sparring, so we get that in Friday. Going to the pit. Those guys got way higher pace than what we're used to. But we've just kicked up camp. We've picked up everything lately. Everything's just been like a higher level.
Yeah. You mentioned your brother being in your camp now. What's his fight like? And is this your brother's first fight here?
Yeah, he's had a couple unsanctioned boxing matches, but this is going to be his first MMA fight, man. He's been training for about a year and a half now. We're finally getting him on.
Are you more nervous for your fight? Or are you more nervous for your brother's fight?
Oh, dude, definitely my brother. I told Colton, I said, this is the last time I want to fight with my brother on the same. Because I know he fight before me, so I'm going to be back there pacing, watching that, and still have to focus on my own fight. I'm going to try to shut it out as much as possible, but yeah, that's gonna be crazy fighting the same night with him.
What's your brother fighting at?
He's fighting at 55.
So he's at 55. And little brother or big brother?
He's a little big brother, you know,
Okay. Okay.
2 years younger.
Okay. So I mean, how have you helped prepare him, going into his first fight? And taking some of that knowledge that you've learned. I mean, 6 fights, we're talking, and 5 of them this year. So I mean, you're learning on the job here, and just I mean, they're throwing you out there, and you for better words, you're taking names and kicking a little butt. So what knowledge are you giving to little brother here as he prepares for his first fight?
Oh yeah, man, it's pretty well like you said, man. Me having 6 fights, all last year, I've built up a lot of. It might not be fight knowledge, but it's kind of how to deal with the fight scene on the night. I still get the nerves kind of because I'm still new to it, so I'm able to help him, get in a mental mindset. Not so much physically. We got Colton and we got the guys in the gym for that, but at home after hours, talking to him, getting him prepared. I don't think anyone's gonna stand in that kid's way this Saturday night. He'd run through a brick wall if we wanted him
Are you I mean, you said you're going to be sitting in the back trying to tone him out. How much is that going to bother you that you can't just be in his corner? And is he going to try to come out after his fight and be back in your corner?
to. So we don't normally corner each other. We normally have Colton and Dave do it. If we need an extra corner, me and Austin might do it, but we try keeping the most emotion out of it, and then just let the dudes with the most knowledge stay in. So in that corner, we're just absorbing knowledge and learn how to win the fight.
Okay. And we talked about Colton being your he's in your corner, and you told me before the show that you're going down Colton's fighting. We had him on a couple weeks ago. So everybody check out that episode with Colton Carmack. He's about to make his professional debut, and you said you're getting ready to fly down to Texas, be corner him. Talk to me about what you think that experience is going to be like, and are you nervous for Colton? I mean, are you going to try to be like, hey man, you know what you're doing? Like, you tell me all the advice. I'm just here for moral support, or what are you going to be looking at to try to help out Colton take home his first victory as a pro?
Oh yeah, man. I wouldn't say I'm really nervous about it just because it's Colton. I see that dude as an immortal. I don't think there's anything that's gonna go to that dude. But everyone I think definitely needs a voice in the corner. So me and his little brother and my little brother, we're gonna game plan with him. We're the ones training with him. We're the ones through his fight camp, so we kind of know what he's working on, what the idea is. So we're definitely gonna try to be that voice in the corner for him and give him all the help we can. But I don't see him having a problem, man. He's gonna go out there and do what he does.
So I mean, has it been a blessing? Because like you just mentioned, I know you're in this camp. Colton's got a camp. I mean, he's fighting like pretty much the week after your brother. Colton's brother, I know Chance Carmack he's on that same card as you're on. I mean, does it help that is everybody in the same camp together, or would you rather have it like, hey, it's just me and like me by myself in camp together, or is it more helpful that the whole dang gym is in camp together and we all training like savages?
Yeah, it has its ups and downs. Really, like whenever I was doing these fights pretty well alone, and I was just having my own fight camps, it was kind of nice because the whole team was like focused around me. And I was getting a lot of work in. But now that we're all in it, it's kind of different. We all got that same mindset. You walk into the gym, it's not a really a laughy, happy go place right now. It's like you walk in there and there's dudes on a mission in there now. We're not joking around. We're all in there grinding. But it's kind of different. we all got to watch out for injuries. We can't all go crazy, but it's definitely a different feel in the gym now that we're all about to go.
So I kind of mentioned it at the start. I mean, Saturday, you're fighting for this featherweight title. What's the background on Christian? Is it Moratho?
Christian Borhin.
Yeah, Morheen. Yeah.
Yeah, he it says that he on Tapology hasn't fought since 2008. I can't find any fights, so we haven't really watched anything on it, but he won Nogi Worlds last year or state, I think, last year at the blue belt, I believe. Got his purple belt now, so definitely a guy. I was, but they got a pro fighter out of it, so not overlooking anything, like, but definitely.
So I mean, I heard you say he's got a purple belt. If the game goes to the ground, I know you seem like the guy that likes to stand and bang. A fighter's fighter, man. I mean, I think that's you growing up saying you're a Diaz fan. That right there. It's survival of the fittest. If it goes to the ground, how are you feeling about that? If because obviously his plan's probably not gonna want to stand and bang with you because you're putting people's lights out. But I mean, I also seen you choke dudes out if it goes that way. How good are you on the ground? Are you okay if he takes it to the ground?
Oh yeah, man. That's also been a little joke between me and Colton, dude. I've only been a boxer. I used to be like a fish out of water whenever it hit the mat, but after so long of just hitting dudes and them taking me down, dude, it don't matter where the fights go, man. I might take him down. I'm not just a boxer. I'm a wrestler too. So that dude's gonna have a long night.
Is that how I was that how you got started? Like, I mean, we kind of talked about it, I guess. Like, did you ever do like wrestling or anything like that, like growing up in high school or anything? I mean, was it just like watching it on MMA and then just walking into the gym, like you said? Or I mean, was there any like athletic background as in high school?
Uh, I played a bunch of like little league sports before high school, and then I got into high school, and I think I tried out for like everything for like a week or 2 weeks, but really in Lebanon, it was like kind of last name stuff basis. So I wasn't really about the school sports scene. I tried wrestling for about a month, but it didn't really stick. I didn't really like it.
So I mean, hey, you talking about it's people's last names. Well, everybody gonna remember Sweet Baby Ray Hayes now when he's carrying that two belt champion come Saturday night, my man. Again, Ray, tell us where that fight is and everything else that's going on Saturday.
Saturday night at the Lake of the Ozarks Regalia Hotel and Resort, the biggest resort at the lake. It's gonna be night of fights. Me, my brother, Austin Hayes, Chance Carmack, David Hawk, Matthew Bustad. We're all gonna go out there and kill people the whole night.
But before we get you out of here, we got a couple comments coming in, Ray. Amigo Sports Section, the guy I'm associated with them. We put all our network out on stuff on there as well, so make sure you guys are checking everything out. But he says, Ray, how do you balance letting your future goals motivate you without overlooking the fight in front of you? Yeah, exactly. What is that? How do you do that?
My future goals, how do I not overlook them?
Yeah. And not overlook the fight right now. So let's break it down. Like, what's the future goals and how do you keep that, in the future, but still continue to work and not overlook, Saturday night's fight?
Man, the future's obviously getting on one of the big shows, the UFC, Bellator, PFL. And I think the easiest way to not overlook it is I'm getting beat up in the gym by dudes that are just a few leagues above me. I go train with Bush and Kemp, and Colton kicks the shit out of me every day. So that right there humbles me and makes me focus on one fight at a time rather than looking ahead. Because if I can't keep up with these dudes in practice, if they're dogging me every day, I don't need to look past my fights.
You ever get the best of Colton?
No.
Hey, take Colton on the basketball court, will you? And then you can get him there. You can get him on the basketball court.
Oh yeah.
That's the only place I can get him. I won't ever step in the octagon with the guy, but I'll beat him on the basketball court every time.
I can't.
Hey,
I don't know what I'll get him at. I'll get him at.
beat him at a board game or something. Hey, Ray, I can't thank you enough for coming on. Ray, I mean, I'm feeling it, buddy. You're gonna be the 2-time champion, the 2 division. Hey, next time we have you, I want you to put them 2 straps on your on, buddy. That's how we're gonna do the next interview. I believe in you, man. Sweet baby Ray Hayes, they're gonna say it is the new Shamrock FC featherweight champ come Saturday night, folks. Lock it in. That's what Bodkins has got to say. Ray, I appreciate you joining me tonight. Thanks again, my brother. Best of luck to you on Saturday. I believe in you. Remember where you started at right here on the Bodkin Show when you're making it big on Bellator, UFC, whatever it be, and Ariel Hawani's calling you for the MMA hour. You say, no, I'm going to my boy Bodkins. He was the first ever guy to give me the exclusive. I appreciate it. Man, thank you so much, folks. Be a friend, tell a friend. Make sure you're liking, you're subscribing, you're sharing, especially this episode. Get Ray's name out there. We're going to be in support of him. We're going to let you know what happens. He's going to be coming back on again after his fight. We're going to be breaking it down all over again. We might do a double episode with you and Colton. That might what we should do next is, break down both y'all's fights together with you and Colton. So we'll try to get that together. We're going to continue to try to work with Parabellum and get most of you guys on. If your brother ever wants to come on, tell him to, hey man, let's do it. Let him get his feet wet first on this first fight, one fight at a time. You can't do a media until you win a fight,
Yep.
All right, folks. Well, I appreciate it again. Like, share, comment. I'll be back tomorrow on the Buffoon and Bodkin Show. I'm hitting the outro, baby. Thanks again, Ray.